He had everything in this world and in heaven. He had heaven itself. But when he had everything, what happened to his heart? He became very vile. He became spoiled. He became this person who went against God the most. So God wants us to recognize something here. When you have everything you want, even if you're an angel, you will go against God. Because we lean on God when? When do we lean on God the most? When we're broken, when we're lacking, when we have blind spots, when we're depressed, when we're lonely. That's when we lean on God. But a lot of people, they tend to want to do well so that they don't have to lean on God. Because we don't like pain. But the funny thing is, right? You ever heard the saying, no pain, no gain? Like if you go and you work out and you're in a gym, and if you use 10-pound dumbbells and you're just curling them, that's not going to do anything because it's not going to challenge your muscle. It's not going to break your muscle. It's not going to cause trauma or pain to your muscle. When do muscles grow? When your muscles break down, when things are broken down. When things are broken down, it allows for repair, refinement, and it grows, right? Likewise, to say that you don't want to have pain anymore is the same thing as saying, I don't want to grow anymore. If I don't want to face trauma, if I don't want to face things in life, difficult things to overcome and seek God, it's the same as saying, I don't want to grow anymore. I don't care about growth. When you do it in this way, then you're going to stay stunted. And when you stay stunted, you're going to be underdeveloped. And when you're underdeveloped, then you will be miserable. So God wants us to grow. Because when you grow, then you're able to mature and you're able to have self-control and you're able to experience things without letting it overtake you. You're able to hit new heights without it overcoming you and crushing you and hurting you. So that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. Satan gives us the heart, which is his heart, to be complacent, to be comfortable, to have pleasure only. Why is that frustrating and bad for us? Is because it stunts you. You then don't want to grow. You have no motivation. You stay lazy and you stay in this stronghold. Although it feels comfortable, you stay trapped. Now, I was a gang member. I grew up in the trap, right? Why do they call the projects, the PJs, the trap? Because they give you governmental housing, which is really cheap. It's like 150. Some people don't even pay rent in the government Section 8 project housing. And they give you food stamps on top of that. So you're covered for food, you're covered for rent. But in the trap is where people spend most money on drugs. It's the same thing as if you're in prison, right? You have everything done. They give you everything, 3 hots and a cot. You don't have motivation. It kills the spirit. It kills your drive. And you stay stuck, or what we say, trap. It's the same thing with Indian reservations. They receive a lot of money, but when you go there, there's no laws. They manage their own laws. They have a lot of money. They get restitution and things like that from the government. But when I go and I preach at these Indian reservations, Native American reservations, drugs are rampant, gangs are rampant, violence is rampant, crime is through the roof. Why? Because when human beings get what they want, they leave the side of God. We are to lean on God always. So a person who is smart will always lean on God. Well, how do we lean on God? It's very simple to apply this. Remembering who you are without God, before you had God, will always keep you humble. I was talking to a pastor, Victory Outreach, yesterday, and he said something very, very pivotal.